But let's talk briefly about Nvidia. And
Mm.
really, the one thing that I want to discuss about Nvidia is the whole crypto mining thing again. Yeah, I had to bring this up. I had to bring this up because
Yep.
I remember, right? We talked about this last podcast.
Yeah, I think my all my predictions have come
Yeah,
true
I
on it.
know,
But yeah, keep going.
which is kind of disappointing, really, right? And in a way, right,
Mm.
one of my I don't even want to call it predictions, but one thing that I kind of assumed, obviously, has evaporated. Gone up in a puff of smoke. The other thing
Mm.
has absolutely come true, but that wasn't about
Mm.
technology.
No.
That was not about technology. So as people will know, right, the 3060 graphics cards have already been hacked by miners,
Yeah.
and I'm using the word hack very loosely here because it seemed that all that they needed to do was flash the video BIOS with a developer BIOS. It was like something that it was like something that my 2-year-old daughter could have done, given enough training. Right now,
But that's what as soon as one or two of them have cracked it and then shared it, everyone else can replicate it and
yeah.
do it.
But Al, the BIOS wasn't a special BIOS.
Yeah, but that was the whole problem. If they made it software based,
BIOS was an Nvidia BIOS. This is the part that, if I understand this right, that's the part that blows my mind. So let me understand it. Okay, Nvidia, let me understand this. Right, you put out some news and some graphics cards that you said you were throttling, and not only did you say you were throttling this, but you said it was going to be very difficult for somebody to work around this. Yeah,
it was unhackable. I think
unhackable.
was the.
It was absolutely unhackable. And then maybe
Yes.
Nvidia, you didn't say this, but you kind of let you kind of let people say about it. Oh, somebody's kind of said that you were going to save PC gamers. Yeah, you kind of said that, all right. You didn't necessarily explicitly say that, but you allowed the community to say that for you. So, thinking about this, you're right. It was unhackable, and the reason it was unhackable is all that you needed to do was just flash the BIOS with an existing kind of BIOS. You didn't need to hack it. So, so in many ways, it was unhackable because you didn't even need to
It
do
was
that.
easier than.
It was unhackable because you didn't even need to do it. So now we're in this situation. Not only have Nvidia released these crypto mining processes, right, for the miners, but they've actually also released a bunch of 3060 graphics cards, which are seemingly for the miners also.
Yeah.
So you don't even
Uh,
have two. They don't even have two segments here. They have just one big segment. Yeah, it's just that
yeah.
one you
I
have to
mean,
flash the BIOS, and the other one you don't.
it probably depends on the. Again, I don't know. I've not seen what the MSRPs are on the CMP kind of processes, but it depends on the cost really. Ultimately, this is the whole point. That the whole point of why it's so popular at the moment is that it has become cost efficient to do Ethereum mining, and that's why everyone's going after it because they're sensing this kind of loop of free money essentially, and that's
Yeah.
why they're doing it.
Well, I mean, I think I did kind of read one article on the MSRP, and I think it was this probably was the lowest end CMP. It was
Mm.
the 30HX,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
and the actual gaming equivalent that was compared to, it ended up as being $200 to $300 more.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
okay. But right now, obviously, that's not a factor.
Yeah.
The miners, you can have it all. You have no limits.
Yeah.
If you can
Yeah.
get hold of the cards and you're willing to spend the money, you can have it all.
Yeah.
And this whole unhackable thing, to a degree, it's accurate because you don't need to hack anything. You can just go in there, you can basically kind of flash the BIOS, and you're good to go.
Yeah, wasn't there also another, I think I read an article somewhere that someone was also able to do something with a video. I think they could just add on to the video output that also broke it
Yeah.
as well.
Yep. Yep. I heard that as well. So really, you got more than one route to take. Whatever works for you, minus whatever works for you. In fact, I don't know why you just don't basically hire a massive hire a massive fleet of trucks, put your graphics cards in the back of them, get the addresses for all the miners, and just ship them to them. Why bother? Why bother with this masquerade? Saying all of this.
Yep, yep,
I think that's the part that I really was just kind of quite shocked about the ease by which this was circumvented. I just thought you never ever think anything's bulletproof. Yeah, you never ever
yeah.
think that.
Well, it's the classic Titanic thing, right? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
unsinkable.
of course. But equally, you don't expect your Kevlar vest to have the tensile strength of paper. Do you know what I mean? Not even cardboard, paper. Do you know, that's the part that I kind of thought to myself, "Wow, this is actually quite this is amazing." And I
Uh,
think, Al, before I rant anymore and get myself permanently in Nvidia's kind of like shitbooks, just in case anybody's listening to this, I think it's time to move on to the next topic.
yeah, cool.